Okay, so today I'm going to show you guys the Boss RC-10. It's a pedal I've been really loving, and it's my whole rhythm section and my looper obviously as well, and I'm really digging it. I want to go through the basic functions of it, but I'm not going to show you guys the MIDI function. It's something I just don't use, so I don't know how to use it. And I guess I don't have anything connected to the expression out either. And obviously this can be a stereo setup, but I'm not doing that either. But I have ran the stereo live, and I'll show you guys how to do that. Um, it's very, very easy. This pedal is actually very easy to understand. It just takes a couple minutes sitting down with it to really fully understand it. But some of it's labeled for you too. So let's go right off the start. I'm going to start out with how it starts out standard. It's in the funk setting, 4/4. 110 beats per minute. So we can just show you demo that real quick. Just press the rhythm to start it. Okay. And that's just your drums, so you can just go ahead and jam along with that if you want. And double tap to stop it. I think. There we go. And so a lot of people are having trouble with creating a loop without using the sync function. So I'll show you the sync function real quick. Just like a lot of people are showing you, just hold down the rhythm, and then that whole thing turns blue. And now when you start it, we didn't change anything. We're still on that same setting, funk, 110 beats per minute. And then we'll try it again and watch. Now the loop side will start recording right away. That's really the biggest difference. See, now right away it started recording for that loop. We can go ahead and delete that too. So this left side basically acts just like a regular looper, and if you've used a Boss looper before, it's very, very similar to that. Just very straightforward. I love the switches on these compared to the regular Boss loopers too, I must say. I think these are a little more solid. Not in terms necessarily of build quality, but just you kind of know when you're hitting it a little easier, I feel like. Okay. So the main thing here, it's a little intimidating, I get it. When you first get it, you scroll through all of these, and they're all the same, right? It's just a million different settings, so there's nothing, you got to start with one. And so you press down on the main button here to change. So it went from scrolling the menu of so scrolling the numbers there of which loop you're on goes to, press it once, it goes to the beats per minute. You can adjust that with the value button. Next it goes to the style, soul, funk, R&B, soft rock, whatever you want. Let's just go back to funk. And then there's different styles within the funk. So let's go, and there's, for each style, there's different types of that style underneath it. So it's 8-beat 1, 8-beat 2, 16-beat 1, swing 1. So there's different styles you can choose from. And then, so a lot of people are saying the sync function is the way to go, and it's a good way to go. But so let's start it here. Let's go back to the start. Start the rhythm track. Okay, so this is the trouble people are having. Is look at now the counter. The counter right here, right there says 2 8 4, or that was 3 8 4 8 5. So it's running you through the 8 bars. So a lot of people are accidentally starting on like the 8th or the 6th bar and not realizing that they need to start at the first bar. So if you just start your recording at the first bar, so we're 3 in. So this is kind of what I like about this setting, is that you just go through, wait for the first bar. You just kind of wait for your time to come in. You just got your drummer going, and you just find your time to come in. You going with, and it takes a little more. You got to be, your timing's got to be right. You got to hit it right at the one. But with a little practice, it's no big deal. And there's a level adjustment for both the rhythm track here and the loop track, which we're not using right now, obviously, but I think the loop side of it, you guys will have an easy time understanding. So let's say that, okay, let's just change one thing about it, because this is still let's just speed it up a little bit. Okay, 120 beats per minute is the only thing we changed. Still going through that same beat. If you wanted to save that, You just press the menu button on the top right and the exit button at the same time. It goes to a right menu, press OK, which is the big knob. Right target 7, so it means you're writing in the 7th slot. And it asks me to stop all, so it tells me to stop everything that it's doing. Double tap on that to stop. Press it again, right target 7. Executing, done. That easy. So I'll show you guys how to go to stereo now, because I feel like that, I mean, that's, you can lose yourself just with that amount going on. So rhythm and loop, sync switch off, so you can adjust that within the loop. Next menu is control. Which I don't know what that does yet. MIDI, I don't know yet either. System, mass storage, factory reset. Okay, there we go. Okay, so it's within the rhythm and loop menu. So I'm trying to find the stereo option, because there is a setting you have to change if you're going to use the stereo option. And that's what I like about this the most, is you send your rhythm section to either the PA or a second amp to have your rhythm section totally separate from your loop, which is my favorite part about this. Okay, so sync switch, rhythm kit. Oh, and there is drum kit selections too, so you can go into rhythm kit, and this is in, I'll go back out real quick, this is in the rhythm and loop menu here. The menu, rhythm and loop. And then you can go rhythm kit, adjusted between studio, live, light, heavy, rock, metal, jazz, brushes, cajon, drum and bass, R&B. I need to check these out. I don't know about these yet. There's a whole bunch of them. Wow. Just gonna go back to studio for now. Rhythm level, rhythm intro, you can turn that on and off. Stop mode, fade out time, loop record mode, loop track series. So there are a lot of options in here. Luckily I was able to figure it out easier last time when I actually needed it to work. Maybe it's in control, MIDI, system. Let's check system. Okay, here we go. This is where I was. Okay, so it's in system. So when you go to, if you need to output this to a separate, you want to output your drums to a separate thing, it's in system. So let's go back out. So menu, system, and then in here, output mode. I have it set right now for stereo already, so it's A, loop, B, rhythm. So right now the rhythm section wouldn't even be, or I guess it is coming through. Why is that coming through then? I think it just defaults to mono when you... So maybe it's best to just leave it in that setting, because obviously it defaulted to mono when we were testing it out here. So that may be the only thing you need to change from factory. That seems to make the most sense to me. Display contrast is in system as well. Auto off. I'm going to turn the auto off so it stays on whenever it's plugged in. That'll be nice too. So truthfully guys, just play around with this thing. This thing's cool. Built like a tank, like Boss pedals are. And I'll go ahead and sample an actual one of my little things here. This is nothing I'm necessarily... Let's see if it comes through. Oh, this is not the right one. That's the one I don't have synced up. Oh, hang on. Let's do this one. This one's synced up. Okay, so you see it's got a rhythm track going, and obviously, like I said, it defaults it to mono because obviously everything's coming through.